Artisan looks at customers' fine leather shoes. The size is the same as his own, so he tried them on. Suddenly he became the customer. As he kept trying, Pandora's box was completely opened by him. As long as he wears whoever's shoes, he can become the owner of the shoes. And that's not the worst part. Sometimes he could even take the form of a dead man. John was a sad shoemaker. His father left when he was young. He and his mother survived by doing their trade. That day a gangster came to the store, and John's fate would change forever. He shined the man's shoes earnestly. The man was showing off and mocking. "This watch could buy you 3 stores. I still have a box of these watches at home." He also threatened John that his shoes must be repaired today, or I'll tear down your store. John was scared. He broke his sewing machine. Then he remembered that he had an old sewing machine in the warehouse. He didn't realize it was so smooth. He'd been repairing shoes all his life, but he'd never had such good shoes, seeing that they were the same size as his own. So he put them on. Then he realized he'd become a gangster. Even his diamond-encrusted teeth were a perfect replica. John almost pissed himself. He changed his shoes again, but this time nothing changed. His mind raced to the heirloom sewing machine. After a series of verification, as long as the shoes have been processed by this sewing machine, the shoes will have the strange ability to transform. John completely let himself go. All the customers' shoes in the store were experienced by him. Putting on Chinese shoes to shop in Chinatown, he realized he had also learned Chinese. Wearing black people's shoes, he came to dine in a fancy restaurant, then to the restroom to change another pair of shoes. He escaped the bill so easily. He sees a rich guy in a Ferrari. He becomes a black boss, not robbing money but only shoes. Then he secretly drove the rich man's car to enjoy a different life, but he still felt it wasn't exciting enough. So he became the boyfriend of the goddess again. He went to a bar and got hit on by all kinds of beautiful women. He finally came to the goddess's house. He happened to meet the goddess taking a bath. The woman even invited him to join her. Of course John would not refuse such a good thing. So John hurriedly took off his clothes, only to remember halfway through that he couldn't take off his shoes. So he chose to leave the place, leaving his girlfriend in a daze. This sewing machine has a special ability. Let him experience all kinds of strange life. After having enough fun, he wanted to do something meaningful. Looking at his dying mother, he wanted to fulfill her wishes before she left, but she didn't want anything. She just wanted to see her husband one last time. But John's father had been away for 20 years, so John took out his old sewing machine again to work on his father's shoes. This ability took on a special meaning. John decided to fulfill his mother's only wish. He prepared a candlelight dinner and had his mother dress up. Then he walked in as his father. The mother was so surprised she was on the verge of tears. After they had dinner together, they danced the same dance they did when they first met. No matter how long they were apart, they were still in love when they saw each other again. After a short and romantic night, mother passed away peacefully.